Hey, Lauren, you busy?
No, come in.
Oh, great. You know, I get a little tired of this amateur night stuff, so some film people and I went out and shot a short video that I'd like to air. Would that be okay?
Steve, whatever you want.
Great. Lauren, I present to you Lizard Cats.
Laser Cats.
Laser Cats.
Me and my two buddies, Akiva and Yorma, all grew up together in Berkeley, and we moved to LA together after college and put together a website.
We sort of centered it around our house, which we called The Lonely Island, and made little videos centering around our weird lives in LA, I guess.
They just had a self-contained assurance, you know? They were doing stuff together. They were ready.
They went out and shot the first one, which was Lettuce, with Will Forte and Andy, where they were eating lettuce.
It's okay, let it out.
And it got on, which was monumental for us, you know? Like, whoa, it worked. We shot something and they aired it.
And then the second one, I think, was called Peyote, which was really funny. And the third one was Lazy Sunday, and it just blew the roof off the place.
Lazy Sunday, wake up in the late afternoon. Call Parnell just to see how he's doing. Hello, what up, Parn? Yo, Sandberg, what's cracking? You thinking what I'm thinking? Party up! Man, it's happening.
The way we made that was just recording it in our room on a Tuesday, and then Kiva shooting it on Thursday, and me holding the song on a little iPod, playing it back.
68 to Broadway. Step on it, sucker. What you wanna do, Chris? Back attack, mother. The Chronic, what pulls of Narnia? Yes, the Chronic, what kills of Narnia? We love that Chronic, what kills of Narnia? Pass that Chronic, what kills of Narnia?
And when it was done, we all went, oh, that was really good. And Smigel went, oh my God. We're going, what are you talking about? That is going to be huge. And we're going, all right.
Then I got a call, I think, from Mark Lipas in NBC Publicity saying that the New York Times wanted to interview me. I was like, what? He said, like, yeah, this is a big thing. They're making T-shirts and stuff. And I was flabbergasted.
For me, the next morning when I stepped out of my apartment, I got recognized.
That's when Saturday Night Live sketches started taking off virally.
That's how I found out about YouTube. That was the first YouTube thing I ever got, was Lazy Sunday. And I went, oh, YouTube. Oh, and I watched the thing. I was like, oh, wow, it's on this site. This site's pretty cool. What is this? You know what I mean?
I think Lazy Sunday was like the most watched thing on YouTube at that time. Like it jumped like their viewership like 85% or something like that. So it was this kind of
that number.
We don't know, but
don't quote that. You better do your research on that.
Bleep it out when I say that.
The bad news is now you have to do one every week.
Timberlake showed up and made it clear that he was willing to do a song with us, and we were huge fans, so we were just psyched that he wanted to do anything.
That was the first time I had met Andy and Akiva and Yorma, the Lonely Island crew.
We commiserated over the fact that we were all four sort of raised on early 90s R&B.
Girl, you know we've been together such a long, long time.
And we had that shared affection / ironic love for it.
Wow, you know it's Christmas and my heart is open wide. Gonna give you something so you know what's on my mind.
We got almost all the way through it before we even told Justin about it because we wanted to make sure we thought it was going to work.
And then sort of went downstairs, talked to Timberlake, pitched him the idea, and he immediately was on board.
Yeah.
More so than I.
Yeah, we gave him the lyrics, like, these might work, and he read it and was like, oh yeah, we're doing this.
I said, look, in my opinion, the way to take this even further is if you actually write a song that people kind of want to sing.
It's my in a box. My in a box, girl. It's my in a box. My in a box, girl. See, I'm wise enough to know when a gift needs giving, and I got just the one. Something to show you that you are second to none.
We wrote in a box, and at that time, we said, can we actually say this on television, you know?
We told Lauren the idea, and we were, you know, we were smart enough to know to be ashamed when we were telling him. We weren't like, we thought of a great idea. We were like, this is our idea, and I think his response was roughly like,
Okay, just remember it's the Christmas episode, and there'll be a lot of kids watching. And I was like, we will use bleeps.
1. Cut a hole in a box. Put your junk in that box. Make her open the box. And that's the way you do it. It's my in a box. My in a box, baby.
People were crying. Crying, going, what is this? Like, I can't believe, I've never seen anything like this. This type of comedy, this type of production value. That video was ridiculous.
People were watching it on the internet and downloading it, and it just became this like crazy, like sensation.
I don't know that any of us knew that it was going to blow up the way it did on the internet.
Our show is built for that. Like little 3-minute clips, which is about as long as you want to watch online. We got a lot of them.
Cyborg gone haywire. Earth in trouble? Sounds like a catastrophe.
That original idea comes from me picking up my cat and pretending to shoot my wife with lasers out of its mouth, which she did not appreciate.
It's master lock. Out of the way, partner. Switching to cold mode. That's one cool cat.
Shooting the laser cats is probably the most fun I have at the show. Because you're so free. Like, any mistake you make is just, oh yeah, throw it in. It's supposed to suck.
Wait, this can't be right. What is it? Well, according to this, Cyberface is in this room. Whoa! Where'd he come from? Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Those digital shorts were the way in for a lot of people. Because it looked like our show, and then yet it looked different.
Okie doke. Natalie, one final question. If you could steal a smooch from any guy in Hollywood, who would it be?
No more questions.
People who hadn't seen the show had seen that, and then that brings them to the show, and I think it ebbs and flows.
It's a gateway drug to SNL.
Pretty mind-blowing, huh?
Do you get that it's King Lear?
Get out.
I thought you meant me too.
I did.